Well, having grown up during the Depression, it was a matter of where are we going to put our money, where are we going to put our expenses.
Me, bad luck has forced me down to my last 1 cent.
They knew there were scholarships for Loyola, and the decision was made, you're going to win a scholarship.
I was taught to pass the English A exam in order to get out of the 8th grade. I went home and cried the weekend that I took the exam.
He came home totally depressed. He knew he had failed.
And the next thing on Monday, I got a phone call saying I won a scholarship, to my surprise. The annual tuition for Loyola was $100 a year, so I was able to get enough money to come through. The big red streetcars used to pass by too, so we had people coming from all kinds of areas on the old Pacific Electric. The whole student body was a mixture of every place, and so we used to have a rivalry. You know, I came from such a place and you came from such a place and all that. So we had a lot of fun just teasing each other, but also it made us conscious of what was in LA, a marvelous variety, both of characters as well as background. The campus was a bigger thing in a sense because we had a great big field and the Depression was on, so part of the way of meeting costs was to have the racetrack rented out for motorcycle racing on Sundays. And then the same thing happened over in the gym. We had donkey basketball in there. The animals had rubber shoes, but it was just crazy to see that stuff going on. My folks gave me a quarter for each week. I would spend some of it in the basement of Loyola High where we had a restaurant, and they had the Loyola Special, a mint chocolate bar, chocolate mint, and ice cream in the middle. And it was just great. One of our best teachers was Father Neil O'Mara, and he was a scholastic who apparently had a hard time in studies. He knew what it was to struggle. And having had that kind of background, when he came to teach, he was one of the best teachers. There was a lot of fun, and I think, again, it's what won us over to looking at the Jesuits. If it's that kind of a happy life and you want to work with guys and make it something for the betterment of the world, it seemed to be a marvelous answer.
It was just somewhere inside of him, and when he got to Loyola and saw the Jesuit community, I think that was it.
The Lord is good, and He wants you to do some work. Okay, I said yes. Been a Jesuit since I entered back in 1936. I was sent to Bellarmine to be in charge of the boarders. There were 250 boarders. I was assigned to Loyola High School in 1971. When I got here at Loyola, I was happy to see the combination now in Loyola of different races. And I taught for a while, living in the old building here where the Jesuits lived.
The Jesuits always were able to provide us that moral compass, that singleness, that fiber that runs through the community of doing things because they're the right thing to do.
I just feel very happy with them to be associated with that kind of a world that's seeking for peace and justice and also helping the victims of injustice. I get up early and go biking in the morning, and I see kids coming here very early to get to school.
I just find it amazing that Father Brady is still as active. His attitude, the way he lives life is unbelievable for a man of his years. He's still living life with a zest.
The enthusiasm, the same kind of fire that always has been Loyola, is still spreading. So don't call the fire department, keep the fire going.
He has a quality that I think he was simply given by God. It's always been there. He cares. We have a developmentally disabled son. John will come to visit us, and we'll spend hours talking to our son, Charles. And it brings tears to my eyes. He is so compassionate, and at no time have I ever heard him either in his words or in his tone of voice talk down to Chucky. He always sounds as though he's enjoying himself talking to him. And of course, it makes my son's day.
Someone whose warmth and generosity and kindness in even the smallest acts have always been present and are always known to those who encounter him, without whom Loyola High School really would have been a very different place.
John is, at 92, is really one of the treasures of the school. I really think John epitomizes the idea of St. Ignatius of Loyola in terms of having men for others.
Having John for my older brother was one of the greatest gifts God has ever given me. And I'm very grateful for it.
I really feel very happy to be involved in the Loyola community and the alumni and all of the activities that really are part of the spirit of Ignatius, the togetherness. Let's work together. Ad majorem Dei gloriam. God's greater glory. Let's do it.